G'day guys, welcome back to another video with Eno from Fantasy Take TV. Today I'll be doing a quick update on my FPL team. Probably go through game week 27. I did free hit and then 28 just gone. And then probably a quick team selection for 29 with maybe some plans as to what I sort of want to do ahead and going forward. Give the Twitter a quick shout out on screen. I'm about to hit 700 followers, which is great. Thanks for following and the support. And if you want to always tweet me, message me, I'm more than happy to reply. Any fantasy sport, really. There's a few guys that we always talk about or talk to in the DMs, which is nice. And then obviously the Fantasy Take TV account as well, which I manage. And join the Discord as well. You'll catch me, Jaws, JD in there talking Supercoach. Probably me more talking some FPL and other sports as well. But yeah, feel free to join. AFL season's not too far away, only next Wednesday, and we got a stream, us three doing for that for the first game. We'll get on there before lockout and watch the whole game as well with a few of you guys. So that'll be fun. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the team and we'll go. Yeah, I've got game week 27 up here. So I did free hit. I think it was a Burnley double game week. There wasn't many others. I think it was just Burnley mostly. So look, triple Burnley had Pope in goal. Wasn't too crash hot. Had Cancelo. Was he's kind of a must. I know it was Everton, and they only scored one goal, but he's kind of a must-have. And look, I think they should have got a penalty at the end of that game anyway. But we move on, and Ben Mee played the first game and then was injured and came off and didn't play the second, which was disappointing. But not much you can do there. Livramento was a good sort of a punt, good shout. He got a clean sheet and a couple of bonus. Kulusevski, my man Kulusevski, the pants are off, and he scored, which was nice. Sterling, Bruno, Mahrez, they all blanked and had Heung-min Son as captain, which was great as well. I think they played Leeds this week and absolutely battered them. Bro, you got a blank and then Kane as well, which most probably would have had on free hit or not. Got a goal or two, I think. I can't remember, but so that was a decent week. 83k game week rank, which is well up there in a game week, and that shot me into the top 100 at that stage, and I was 72nd after that round, which was nice. Moving on to this week, just gone, and 118 point. Look, there was a lot of points going around this week. It was a bigger double game week. Chelsea, who else? Wolves, Villa, Leeds. There's a lot of teams that people had some players from, and starting with Ramsdale in goal. Wasn't able to get a clean sheet against Watford. Not a lot he could do about the first goal. An unreal bicycle kick from Chucho Hernandez, and yeah, I think Arsenal sort of gained. They already scored then. That was 1-1, and then they scored a couple more and sort of were just playing out the game and conceded late as well. But Ramsdale's one you hold going forward. Arsenal got some fixtures to make up, and yeah, just really good defence. Arsenal looking like at the moment. So yeah, we'll hold on to Aaron. Saiss, they couldn't get a clean sheet in the first game, but yeah, played really well against Watford. Got sort of back into form because they'd sort of lost it a bit there, Wolves, and hopefully they can continue that forward with a pretty good set of fixtures coming up. Everton, Leeds, Villa, and then Newcastle are very, very good fixtures. So yeah, I know a lot of people probably even have double Wolves defence, maybe with a Sarr in goal or another defender, but yeah, I'll be looking to hold on to him. Reece James, the big punt of the week. I probably should have mentioned my 2 transfers that I made. Coming off that free hit, and it was Andy Robertson to Reece James, and it was Bruno Fernandes to Havertz. And, that was a bit of a down, as far as money goes, a big downgrade. I think I've got about 6 mil in the bank after that. And I was totally okay with that, with the Chelsea double and not really wanting to have Bruno going forward. Robertson was obviously a bit of a risky sell, and look, he did get a clean sheet, but luckily Trent was the one that got the assist, and that wasn't too bad. So I think the net gain was crazy from those 2 transfers, which was good. It's sort of been one of those years where taking hits hasn't really felt too bad, with all the doubles, seemingly every week, and a lot more to come. I think taking hits, maybe even 2 every so often, as long as the calculated ones and the play you're getting in is going to outscore the one that's going out. Of course, that probably goes without saying, but they can pay off quite well, and I think they have been a large part for me this year. But Reece James, first game back, hasn't sort of played in the Prem for a bit, coming back from injury. Goal, assist, clean sheet, bonus points, 18 for the one game. Norwich to come, comes off in the 63rd minute. Thinking beauty. I mean, a lot of people did get him. His ownership was up. I think it was like 80% around my rank, but like 60% in the top 10k, which is quite high for a guy that was probably nearing 5, less than 5 the week before. So it shows a lot did get him in, and a lot did captain him. But the reason he came off was for a muscular injury, and I think it's a hamstring of some sort, and he didn't play against Norwich this morning. So it's just the highs and lows of Reece James this year. I mean, look, I was one of the lucky ones when I wild carded in game week 8, I think it was. Like, I got him and Chilwell. They went on an incredible run for about the next month. A lot of people sort of started getting him in around that point, and then he went on a massive run of blanks, got injured again, blah, blah, blah. And some people have owned him and only got about 4 points out of him, and for some stupid reason, I've owned him and got about 80. So, look, I owe a lot of this season to Reece James, and he's sort of done it again for me this week, even though he did get injured. Quick word on him is that he'll miss about 3 weeks or something like that. I'm not totally sure, but as far as the Prem goes, that's obviously Newcastle this week. But they do blank in 30. Then it's an international break, and so all going well, he should be back for those 3 pretty good fixtures you can see on screen as Brentford, Southampton, and Leeds straight after. So he is someone you definitely want. I think I'll be able to hold him through this period, but I'll get to that later in the transfers or in the team selection. Trent with a 12. Look, he found his way onto a lot of people's benches or, out on free hit. Of course, with a single game week, it's probably easy to drop. But, man, it's very, very risky to do so, and showing why with a 12-pointer with, clean sheet, assist, and I think he probably ended up with 3 bonus points. So, just crazy good FPL option. Him and Mo Salah, the top 2 of the season, and that's probably not going to change from here on out. So, yeah, Trent, just locked and loaded. I don't think he's going to be like 8 mil next year, maybe more, and I'm still going to pick him. So, just a crazy good season again from Trent. Tierney, much like Ramsdale, Arsenal defence, not much you could do about the first goal. And look, he hasn't got a clean sheet in about 3 game weeks, Tierney, and thus Arsenal. But double this week, pretty decent fixtures, to come up, and he we'll be holding on. Luca Dean, pretty disappointing. Look, he was out with COVID the first game of the double. There's not a lot you can do about that. You don't really see it coming. But just, happy that he was able to recover and play the second game week, which was nice, and get that clean sheet this morning. So we'll quickly scroll down, and I'll just try and get all the rest of the team on screen. Phil Foden, they had a big chance, actually, I saw against, was it Palace, was it? I can't remember now. No, it's Palace this week. Obviously, no, United, and it just fell to Kevin, fell to De Bruyne, and he finished it off. But, another day that goes in, and it's a good return from him. Those 2 fixtures with Palace coming up, and then Burnley after the blank look pretty good. So I think Foden is one I'll be holding on to. He feels kind of, besides Kevin, who's $12 million and not someone you can really fit in easily, he feels like he's probably the most nailed attacker after him, which makes me a bit comfortable in holding him. And look, he is still pretty cheap for what he can produce. So, yeah, definitely holding on to Phil. Salah, I think he had a good chance too against West Ham. Couldn't quite chip the keeper, so doesn't really matter with Mo. There's not much more we need to say. He's got a double this week. It's going to be hard not to captain him, and it's probably what I'll end up doing. Kai Havertz. The story and just the whole thing with Kai Havertz after game week 7, the whole debacle with Lukaku injured. Everyone knows he's going to be starting up top for Chelsea against Norwich, and it was a fair punt at the time. I don't know what reason I avoided it for. I just didn't trust him at the time, or I don't know. Look, I did wildcard and get. I think at the time I had Chilwell. Can't really remember, but anyway, at the time I was like, look, Kai Havertz. I've already got 2 fullbacks or 2 other Chelsea players. I'll stick the C on Mo. Mo was on an unbelievable scoring form at the start of the season, scoring every week, and they had United, and a lot of people sort of wanted to swerve to Havertz against Norwich. Totally fair, in my opinion. Look, it's just how things go, and Mo scores a hat-trick, 20-odd points. Havertz blanks when when they beat Norwich 7-0. Not a single return, not assist, not a goal in 7-0 win, playing up top. Just hilarious, just the things that FPL throw up, and so I just, for some reason in my head, thought it would be absolutely hilarious if I got him in this week with a double involving Norwich as well, but Burnley obviously also, and of course he goes and scores 3 goals, gets an assist, and 26 points for the game week. It's just the variance in this game is stupid. Look, I am 61st in the world in this game, and I still just laugh at the stuff and just stupid things that can happen week to week. Like Reece James, for example, 18 points this week. Rudiger, a lot of people got in instead. Safer, nailed, hasn't missed a minute all season. Gets benched for Norwich this morning, and people just only get one game from him, and it's just like, what can you do? Like, there's absolutely nothing you can do. You can't beat yourself up on it, because trust me, if it was happening to me on the other end, you just got to cop it on the chin. It's just the things that FPL can throw up when you don't firstly get team sheets before a game. You get locked out well before the first game even starts. It's just how this game works, and there's nothing you can do. So, much like I was saying with Reece James, Havertz's fixtures and Chelsea's fixtures are unbelievable, as everyone knows, besides that blank in game week 30. But Lukaku is just not an option for Tuchel at the moment. He just looks really, really poor, and they started to get their sort of form back in other competitions, that have stopped them from playing in the Prem of recent times, and Havertz really pushed his foot forward into that starting position. And look, Lukaku did come on late today, but it was at this expense of Timo Werner up top, and Havertz just went straight in behind on the left, and even if Lukaku starts a game, I think that's exactly what will happen. Havertz has played himself into a must start for Tuchel. So yeah, really happy to have him for the next sort of month or so, and I won't be looking to get rid of him unless anything changes. Saka, not much more I can say about this man. It's just great watching the Arsenal at the moment. All their young players, all their attackers up top with Martinelli, Saka, obviously Odegaard. Smith Rowe, that obviously doesn't get a look in anymore because there's just not enough spots for them all. But Bukayo was on fire on that right hand side, and honestly could have got a return or two more this game. And yeah, again, what I've been saying with Arsenal before, with all the fixtures coming up, double this week. Obviously a guy you want to look to get in if you don't, and one I'll be holding. Broja, been pretty disappointing since I got him in a couple of weeks ago, but it's been much for the same because a lot of people have owned him as well. And look, he's got Watford this week. He did come off injured, I think, and hopefully he plays that one because it looks like a good fixture. And then he does have Leeds after the blank. So, look, someone I'll just hold on to, unless the news is really bad and it's a long-term injury or something along the like. We will be keeping him for the time being. There just isn't a lot going on with the strikers, so we'll keep Broja. The bench, look, it was a risk benching Bowen. I know it was Liverpool, but look, it did come off, and apparently he's got a little bit of an injury going. So I will want to find out updates on that because you can't see it, but it says Achilles injury up the top. So they're not nice, and we'll see what the reports are. But he might be leaving it. Look, I've already made my transfers, which I'll go to now. So as you can see, we'll just try and get that on. Got a couple of Spurs players in. So Matt Doherty, I got for Luca Dean. Look, I was priced to the 0-0 for these moves with João Pedro, who was a bit of deadwood on my bench, up to Kane, and then I needed 0.3 to sort of to make that move possible, and that was Luca Dean down to Doherty, who look, I already had this plan in my head, and then of course they both go and get a big haul again this week against Everton, which was slightly annoying, but double this week. I know it's both away, United and Brighton, but they're two guys and Spurs that I want to target. Obviously, Heung-min Son, sort of the alternative to Kane, but I think Doherty's just played himself into form and into the starting role with how good he's been of late. So, yeah, look, I think we all know, or if you played FPL a couple of seasons ago with him at Wolves, he was unbelievable. So hopefully he's sort of found some of that form back and yeah, can hold up for the next couple of games and into the future. Now, obviously I made those moves early. I should have probably waited, but you just never know if you're going to get priced out, and I just didn't want to, have to make some other move that I didn't want to. But Reece James obviously won't be playing, so got to make a call here. And I think, look, Brozier or Sace, I think just with Brozier news, probably Sace is safer. But that does leave me with an option of either benching Bowen and either going Brozier or Dennis, or transferring him out and getting a third Spur, which would be Kulusevski, and having the triple Spurs double, triple Arsenal double, so there's 6. Salah and Trent, so there's 8, and then obviously single game week is in Sace, Foden, and Havertz, which I'm pretty okay with those 3. So that's an option. If Bowen's okay, I'll probably just hold on and play him. But something to think about for over the next sort of 24 hours until the deadline. So let me know what you're thinking. Are you attacking the Spurs players? Most of us probably already have triple Arsenal and at least, I would say, double Liverpool. And then, look, captaining Mo Salah, I will find it very hard not to. I have thought about Kane because he's been in very, very good form of late. United don't scare me. Brighton don't scare me as fixtures for an attacker. So that's one to look at. Look, they've both got 2 away games, Salah and Kane. So, look, it's a debate to be had. I expect Salah to be more captained this week, but Kane, I think, is a perfectly viable option. And, just something to think about over the next 24 hours. So, yeah, just quickly, game week history in the last couple of weeks, I've sort of gone the 200s. It was there for quite a few game weeks. Couldn't quite jump in, and then last week with the free hit jumped in, and then this week just moved up a little bit more again, which is nice to see. And it's actually where are we? 3rd, just by a point. 3rd in Australia, which is awesome. So yeah, look, it's not really making much sense to me as to why everything's going my way, but funnily enough, the guy actually in first is actually first overall, this guy. So yeah, he's having an absolute ripper season. What am I, about 30 points behind him? Or he might have got knocked off the perch this week, actually, but he was first for quite some time. If we just go down to overall. No, yeah, okay, so he did. Now he's down to 7th. So first is 6, I think about 40 points off first, which is just stupid. I don't even know why or how, but this guy jumped up, had a pretty big week, played his wild card. Captain James, Rudiger, Kane, Coutinho. So yeah, this is the man. Oh wow, look at his bench. Cool. Yeah, Saka. Yeah, he'll have a good team set up for next week. This is a guy that we'll obviously be trying to chase. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see more. Follow me on Twitter as always, or join the Discord if you want to talk some FPL. But yeah, return to normal stuff in a couple of days. Do another Super Coach video. And then a final team update will be coming on probably Monday or Tuesday. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Cheers. Got the mojo deals, we been tripping like, hey, pulling out the coupe at the lot.